Years after Atatiana Jefferson was shot through the window of her mother's home, the trial begins for the former Fort Worth police officer accused of her murder. Criminal defense attorney Russell Wilson has been following the case, which has had many delays. He joins us now on day one. Good morning.
Good morning, Brandon.
So I was going to ask if you could walk us through some of these details of the case that I think are key, like the fact that Jefferson apparently feared for her safety. She had a gun in her hand. Also, police said Dean never even identified himself as an officer before he shot her.
Right. No, Brandon, I think those are the exact key details. The first issue will be that Miss Jefferson was in her home. She was armed with a gun, but she was in a place that she had an absolute right to be. I think the second issue will be whether or not Mr. Dean identified himself correctly as a police officer and, in fact, gave her an opportunity to surrender or not, or whether or not he simply fired away. And those, I think, will be some of the key issues that the jury will be looking at in this case.
And then let's talk about the racial makeup of the jury. No African Americans on this jury. Can you kind of explain how that can happen, especially with a case as racially sensitive as this one?
Right. So during the jury selection process, jurors or prospective jurors have to not have formed an opinion regarding the case. And so anyone who had formed an opinion, or if you perhaps participated in a protest regarding the case, would not have been a potential juror in this case. And so that may explain to some degree the lack of diversity in the case, because at the time the case happened, there were a number of large protests.
And also another sensitive aspect to this, just tragic. The night of the shooting, Miss Jefferson was playing video games with her 8-year-old nephew. He was the only witness to the crime. So having a witness that young, it's kind of sensitive in the process of a trial. How do you think that they'll handle that?
Well, you know, I would expect the prosecution to want to call the 8-year-old nephew. And I don't know that the defense would have much to cross-examine the 8-year-old nephew about. At the end of the day, I think it certainly is a tragic component to it. But the parties could agree to some other method of dealing with that. But in general, I think the state would want to get across to the jury the magnitude or the circumstances that surrounded the shooting.
Now, you mentioned the protests that happened right after this occurred, but that was 3 years ago. Is this a time frame really now more than 3 years later that you would call typical?
You know, of course, we've had the COVID-19 pandemic in the interim. And so that's, I think, you know, a large part of the delay in the trial. This certainly is not typical, but there are a number of cases from 2019 that are just getting the trial.
All right. Criminal defense attorney Russell Wilson, we appreciate your time this morning. Thanks.
All right. Thank you so much.